How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Tribes Ascend. I wanted to do a quick video, something a little bit out of the ordinary, where I take a look at the business model of Tribes, because some pretty big changes have happened to the game mechanics and the way that all the classes and the unlocks work and everything, so I really wanted to take a look at it. Is the business model fair? And more importantly, as I've heard plenty of people say this, is Tribes Ascend pay to win? So let's hop right in. First of all, I actually had one of these fully recorded and was ready to upload it, but then the game got updated just a couple days ago and lowered the prices of some stuff, which is pretty good. So we'll hop in and take a look. First of all, let's just take a look at what there actually is to buy. Keep in mind, this is my new account where I've not bought any weapons. I haven't bought anything with either gold or XP. So take a look at what's going on here. First of all, keep in mind we no longer have to buy classes, we no longer have to buy perks, and we no longer have to buy loadouts. So that's already some XP expenditure we don't have to worry about anymore. If we take a look at how many weapons there actually are, the number of weapons has actually gone down a little bit, I think. So there's actually less weapons to buy total. And the weapons now will run you about 12k XP, with certain ones being a little bit more expensive, 16k. But it's kind of nice compared with how it used to be. If you played Tribes Ascend back in the day, as I did, you'd be looking at 88,000 for a new weapon. So that was not so good. As it stands, you can get 12k XP in, if you're lucky, maybe like 4 matches. And if you throw in your daily win to get the bonus XP, I mean, you can basically get one of these unlocks really quickly. If you have a specific one in mind that you want, especially, so say I really want to play a light class and I can't stand the light spin fuser for some reason, so I really want to get the bolt launcher. Well, if I play just a few matches, I'm most likely going to get that. In fact, I'd say one play session of reasonable length will probably get you a weapon. That's pretty good. You can't ask for much more than that, in my opinion. The thing about free-to-play is that there always is going to be somewhat of a grind, because otherwise there's no impetus whatsoever to spend money. What I will say is that buying these with gold is not a good value. 160 gold may only be like a couple dollars, I think, US. But because you can unlock these so quickly, there's really no reason to use gold to unlock anything. At least anything functional. Yeah. One thing that has changed, in fact, actually, I went in and calculated this. It's going to run you about 6,000 gold to unlock all the weapons, packs, and grenades. You'll notice the packs a little bit cheaper, as well as the belt items. But if you want to unlock all this stuff, it's going to run you about 6,000 gold, which if we take a look at the store, that's a little over $30. So that's not amazing value. The Game of the Year edition, however, here's the thing about the Game of the Year edition. It's a little bit messed up at the moment. You'll notice here it says permanently unlocks every class, weapon, perk, and loadout. Well, loadouts are no longer an issue. Classes and perks are no longer an issue. So really what you're getting is all the weapons for, I think it runs $20. Although there's another pack on the Steam page now that runs $10 and says it includes all the weapons. So that's actually pretty good value, in my opinion. However, reading the reviews for that, I haven't bought it myself. Some of them said that they were having trouble getting it to activate. Others said that you just had to go down here to the redeem promotion button and it would work, so I don't know. Either way, I mean, if you are looking to just get into the game and try it out, I would recommend not spending any money, especially since, I mean, the game has been abandoned before. Of course, abandoning it a second time would be PR suicide, but you never know. I would wait it out a little bit more, see if the community sticks around before spending any real money. But honestly, $10 to unlock everything in the game is very fair. It's kind of like the way they do it with Smite, where you can pay $20 or something. I don't know, I don't play Smite, but I think it's $20 and you unlock all the gods. That's a pretty good deal for a free-to-play game. If you look at some other free-to-play games, even ones that have pretty good business models, if you want to get everything, it's going to take you a very long time. Now, the other side of this whole thing is the cosmetic stuff. If we take a look at the skins, there are I think there are 11 skins, maybe 12. These are 480 gold, which, again, if we go back to the add gold thing, 480 is about $6. That's not bad, I have to say. Now, when I did my original take of this video, the skins were up in more like the $10 range, and I was actually complaining about how that was ridiculous. They were way too expensive. But at $5 for one of these, that's not too bad for somebody who just wants to kind of throw the devs some cash, get a unique looking character. Of course, these are purely cosmetic. They give you no advantage whatsoever. In fact, arguably they make you a bigger, more attractive target. But if we look at these, I mean, they're not just retextures. These are fully like new models. And a lot of work clearly went into these. They're not going to be everybody's taste, but that's why they're completely optional. You got your Gordon Freeman one here, so that's always good. And I did get some skins with my my other account. One thing that I did test before I started up this recording was I went into my new account. They did refund previous gold purchases, so that's good. If you bought the skins at the original price, you got your gold refunded, at least half of it, because the prices were essentially cut in half. So that's pretty good, actually. I'm pretty stoked about that. The other thing that you can buy are the voices. These are not too bad. Some of the voices run about 160 gold, which is $2-ish. Some of them are more expensive. 385, which is kind of steep. That's getting into the $5-ish area. But, I mean, the thing is, if you're buying one of these, that's really not all that much. And besides, the greatest voice in the entire game is only 80. So, there's that. So that's pretty good. So, all in all, I have to say, I'm pretty happy with the way the business model is looking after the update. And I'm sure part of that is because they really don't want people to leave again. So, it's good. Now, the other aspect that I wanted to talk about for this video is Tribes Ascend pay to win? Because I've heard people say this. And I'm going to have to just come out and say it really is not. Not at all. If we take a look at the weapons that are available, you start out with this thing, right? This thing is good. Like, real good. It is no better than this, or this, or this. In fact, arguably I would say this is probably my favorite weapon out of all these three. The thing is, the different weapons at this stage, in my opinion, are all pretty balanced. They fulfill different roles, and one is not better than any other one. In fact, one of the reasons I was doing that Something from Nothing series, and I'm still doing that Something from Nothing series, is to show that really you can be just as competitive with the default gear as with stuff that you buy. Now, Hi-Rez has had a problem in the past of releasing new weapons in a way too powerful state. Looking at you, Plasma Gun. It was a little bit annoying that happened, and people were speculating it was so that people would drop money on the new weapons and then they nerf them after the fact. I don't think there was any sort of malice involved in it. Just a level of incompetence, we shall say. But at this point, I think the weapons are definitely much more balanced. And somebody using, for instance, Spin Fuser versus the Thumper is really not going to have any particular advantage. Same thing, we go into the heavy stuff. You know, heavy spin fuser and heavy bolt launcher, or twin fuser, it's a different weapon for a different kind of situation. So really, I'm not seeing the pay-to-win aspect. Somebody who has put in 100 hours is going to be on even footing with somebody who's put in 10 hours in terms of equipment, not in terms of skill, of course. The other thing is, in the latest patch, they got rid of the weapon upgrades. So, for instance, my spin fuser is my spin fuser. I don't get advantages to it like more ammo, more damage to turrets or anything as it levels up. Same thing with the suits or the general perks or classes, I guess you would call them. I don't get any, you know, health regeneration bonus or anything just because I've put more time into playing. So that's good. And really, if we take a look at the store, you know, you can pay for an XP booster, but really all it's doing is expediting your process. You know, you're not gaining access to anything that gives you an advantage over another player. Because as we already established, I can go in and set my sights on, for instance, the Jackal, and have that within 1, maybe 2 play sessions. So, no, I'm not seeing it at all. I'm going to just say Tribes Ascend is not pay to win. There's no way. You want proof of that? Obviously, I've been playing for longer than a lot of people, but if you watch my Something From Nothing series, every episode up until this point has been using the default equipment, and I've been doing pretty dang well. Let's just put it that way. So, that's more or less it. Let me know, as always, in the comments if you agree or disagree. I would definitely be interested to hear you all's opinion on this issue. Hopefully this one was helpful to people that are thinking about getting into it but not really sure if it's worth it. I'd say go for it. At this point, give it a try. You can jump in with the default stuff and be great. And, I mean, this is still one of my favorite games. It's just so unique. So, anyways, that's it. By the way, I'm not being paid by Hi-Rez to say this, although if they wanted to, I would certainly be open to that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then.